welcome to episode 11 of Can I Do It Better with Ajax, the Champions League edition. So just like earlier in the season when we were involved in knockout stages to try and get to the group stage of the Champions League, if you remember, this series is purely focused on Ajax in the Champions League and seeing if we can better their results of 18-19 season when they got to the semi-finals. But just like earlier in the season with the qualifying rounds, if things don't quite go to our way today, then this could be the last episode of the series, because if we fail to beat PSG, I think we pretty much failed to qualify from the group, and therefore the series is pretty much over and done and dusted with. So today's quite important. In terms of the group stage, at this point you can see that Inter sit top and have already qualified, so it's purely a straight shootout between PSG and Ajax for that second place, and we've still got Inter Milan to play as the last game. So today's game against PSG, as I say, is just one of those vitally important ones, considering PSG have got Schalke to play, who haven't been particularly great in this group, along with us really. In the last game of the group campaign, you can see that today's vitally important for us, but to be honest, I don't expect now to go through, if I'm totally honest. The PSG and Inter Milan beat us very comfortably in the early parts of this campaign in the first rounds of the group stages, so it's going to be a real challenge for us. But I think our form is pretty decent, better than it was at that early part of the season, just because I think our team is playing slightly better. You can see that we currently sit third in the league, but it's very close, 1 point between three teams at the top there. So, yeah, it's a real crunch game, isn't it? As I say, PSG are a real tough opposition, as are Inter Milan, and have really been proving it. But on a one-off game, you never quite know. And Ajax, as a club, have got a lot of really promising players. It's just about whether they can show up on the very, very big occasion. In terms of everything else that's happening, you can see that the league, we're sitting third. We had a couple of games since our last outing in the last episode against Schalke, where we played in the Champions League. The two group league games that we've had since then, we got a decent 3-0 win, but then we lost 1-0. I was trying to rest players for today a bit, and it came back to haunt me a little bit with a 1-0 loss, which was disappointing away from home against a lower league opposition side. Really, they've managed to boost their way up into 10th since playing us because of that result, but in theory we should have comfortably beaten them whatever side we put out, and it just didn't quite work out that way. Everything else about the club is running very smoothly. Finances are growing, and I think the players are improving in terms of their understanding of playing together. So if we go and look at the tactics page, you can see that relationships are beginning to form through the pitch, which is a positive, and means that you'll get better collective performance out of them. And you can also see that pretty much everybody now is fit-ish, mostly. I mean, the conditioning's pretty good for everybody. There's a couple of players who haven't played as regularly that have got a slight issue with their match sharpness. You can see that Huntelaar and Dolberg are still coming back from their knocks a bit. There's a fitness concern against Dolberg's name today, but we're still going to play him anyway, just because it's so vitally important. But yeah, you can see for the first time in a long time we've got a fully fit side. You can see that Daley Blind is on his way out of the club in January, just because he's not quite getting the game time that he wants. But other than that, everybody else seems pretty happy. I mean, obviously the Frankie de Jong transfer was arranged before I got to the club. He joins Barcelona in the summer, so that's a big hole to fill for next season, should I have stayed on for it. But as you well know, this is a one-season save, so I don't have to concern myself with that. Anyway, against the really tough opponents of PSG in the Champions League, match day 5 of the group stages, this is the team that we're going to put out. We're going to put out Nana in goal, Christensen at right back, Tagliafico at left back, Magellan and De Ligt in central defence, De Jong and Van der Beek in central midfield, with Labiad as the attacking midfielder, Ziyech on the right, Tadic on the left, and Dolberg up top, with a bench of Sanchez, Mazrui, Reguilon, Alena, Turney, Neres and Huntelaar. So let's get into this important game and see what happens. So as soon as the PSG team sheet comes up, it's very intimidating if you let it, isn't it, really? Buffon in goal, and Silva and Marquinhos and Di Maria and Neymar and Mbappe and Draxler and Cavani. It's quite an outfit, really. That's what the multi-millions gets you, I guess, but we'll have to give it as good a shot as we can do. So let's go in and be positive and passionate and try and boost the players. Let's say we owe them for the last match, go out there and get revenge, and that seems to motivate them. So I'm going to leave it there and go straight into kickoff. So obviously being away from home against PSG is no easy task. It's raining on the day, which, who knows who that will suit in terms of game style and stuff. I think we've transitioned through this group stage to quite a stilted, slow build-up kind of game up into a bit more of a pace and attacking game, just because the original one was doing okay, but it wasn't getting results particularly, and we needed to up our impact on the game. So we've been doing that. So hopefully the slick pitch will help us. And here we go, Tagliafico down the left-hand side with Ziyech on the right. And what a lovely strike that was early in the game. 20 minutes gone. You can see Ziyech picked up a knock. I did notice that as it happened. He's recovering from that a little bit, but we'll have to keep an eye on him. But right away from the back, and nice simple build-up, and then finds himself down the left-hand side. Tagliafico crosses long to the far post, and the on-running Ziyech on the half volley. Oh, brilliant strike, fabulous strike, and we go 1-0 up, and I'm kind of surprised, if I'm totally honest. Caught me by surprise, but you can see Ziyech is struggling a little bit already, and I think we are going to have to remove him at half time, if not before, which is really disappointing. Here PSG come down from the far left hand side, and that was a great save by the goalkeeper and a decent clearance to get it away from goal. But that was almost a carbon copy of our goal. Down the left-hand side, a deep cross, and on the volley on the right-hand side. But our goalkeeper was up to it, and we managed to get a clearance. And now we get to build up from the back with 39 minutes gone. PSG get a foot in, but we pick up the loose ball, and it goes right the way back to the goalkeeper to keep possession. But now we get to build up through the centre part of our... Or are they playing about? Or eventually Onana has to go long and we lose the ball. But Dolberg, foot in, strike on goal, but Buffon gets it clear. There's the presence of their veteran goalkeeper. But we get a corner kick. Tadic with a corner kick. Corner comes into the near post, but nobody was attacking it there. Magellan will pick up the loose ball, and the highlight ends. But what a great interception by Dolberg. And the post came to our rescue again. Just as that cross came in the near post, and again it comes in, and they put it slightly wide. Are they off form today? Are they going to give us one of those rare occasions where they're just not quite at it, and we can take advantage of it? But here we go again. Christensen on the right hand side. Dolberg loses his marker. Strike on goal, but again Buffon is up to the challenge and gets it clear. For another corner kick for us. So Tadic out wide for the corner kick. Again goes to that near post, and that's not how I've set it up particularly, but it goes to the near post and nobody was attacking it there. So what a first half. Loads of chances, loads of opportunities. You can see in terms of match stats, they've slightly dominated us, but only in the key things of shots and possession. Other than that, we're holding our own. But of course the only thing that really matters at this point is that scoreline of 1-0 to Ajax at this point. Unfortunately, Ziyech did pick up a knock, and you can see he's starting the second half at 72%, which I'm not happy with, so I am going to have to take him off, unfortunately. So we're going to bring Cherney on instead, and he can play down that right hand side, and we are going to tell the boys that we're very happy with the way things are going. Which version of that? Yeah, there we go. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better, so we'll try and get them to focus in that second half, to hold on to what we've got as a very minimum, but try and seek something more. So we get kick-off on this, but the highlight dies at that point. So let's see how the second half pans out. It'll be quite an impressive match if it continues like the first half did with so many chances, but I suspect it might get a little bit tighter. PSG might struggle a little bit if they're not getting a goal to cope with the nerves of it, and hopefully we'll take advantage of that. But then you look at the team and you look at the players on the ball, and you get Neymar to Mbappe, and you never know what's going to happen when these two players are around. So Neymar out wide of Marquinhos, cuts in on the near post, and Cavani pretty much did everything but score. Decent stop, I think it was, by the keeper in the first place, but he found the second ball at his feet and powered it back at the goal, but hit the far post. And look at that, they're all disinterested after, but now they're fired up. So they've been given a team talk, overwhelmed. They're a complete bag of mixed emotions after 80 minutes. Can we get another goal and settle this game? So De Jong on the edge of the box, out wide again to Tagliafico, far post again to this time Szczerny, but he couldn't quite get the power on the header, and Buffon plucks it out the air quite comfortably, and now PSG get an opportunity to build up from the back. Eventually Buffon has to go long, but Draxler does win the header, and it goes to Cavani. Look at that space in the centre, but a brilliant stop by the goalkeeper Onana with his right hand pushing it round the post for a corner kick. Neymar on the corner kick for PSG. Where's he going to go? Right into the centre of the 6-yard box, but we get it cleared, and Czerny gets the loose ball and bangs it out wide and up the pitch to get it clear from our goal. And 89 minutes gone, and we're still sitting on that 1-0 win. Are we going to pick up a famous win here and keep our chances going? But here we go for one last chance for PSG, and again they put it wide. It's not that they haven't had the chances, it's they've had an off day and they haven't been able to convert their chances, which is so unlike them, but we're so grateful for that, and we will happily take it. And there is the final whistle, and what I thought was definitely going to be the last episode of this series isn't quite yet. We are holding on in there. Obviously, it's still an uphill challenge for us against Inter Milan in the next game whilst PSG play Schalke, but what an amazing performance today. So we'll say that's really special, lads. Nobody gave us a chance, but you played magnificently. Congratulations. They're all really happy with that, and they should be. We got that 20-minute goal from a decent cross from Tagliafico onto Ziyech, who puts it into the back of the net very nicely, and then we held on. It's fair to say PSG had the better of the game, I would suggest, but I really don't care about that. We'll see about Ziyech's injury, and Dolberg's injured again, unfortunately, so we'll have to look at that. But we've got a bit of money, so here we go. That's not too bad at all, is it? Ziyech out for 3 days, that's fine. Well, Dolberg out for 8. He's really struggling to come back to full fitness, so we're going to have to treat him with kid gloves a little bit, I think, and maybe we'll try and get him out for the Inter Milan game, but it might not be possible. We'll have to wait and see for the next episode. Ajax hold firm to deny PSG. De Ligt's got an issue, although he hasn't played the last 2 league games, so you would think that would have rested him slightly, but we'll have to continue to look at that. Apparently people are in for Ziyech, but at this point, if we keep on in the Champions League, they can all just go away, because he's too important to the way that we play, and he's doing too well for us. Look, he's our top goal scorer with 10 goals, so unless they come up with stupid amounts of money, he's not going anywhere. But there we go, a brilliant win, an unlikely win against PSG. Let's go and look at the table. It still sits us in 3rd. We've still got to get a positive result against Inter and hope that Schalke can hold PSG like we did, which is possibly unlikely, but things are looking a little bit better than they did. At least we can come out of the group stage having said that we went away from home and we took the game to PSG and beat them. So 7 points each at this point. They're on a better goal difference than us, which is why they're ahead of us. But come back next time for the next episode where we play Inter Milan and PSG play Schalke in the crunch game. One last opportunity for the group stage to see if we can get out of it. Might be unlikely, but we'll give it as good a go as we can. So if you're enjoying this series so far, why not subscribe to the channel? That will keep you up to date with the videos. If you like this particular episode, why not click a like on it for me? That will help me get seen by other people. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, then I hope you're having a great time doing it. Let me know about what's going in your save on the comments below. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.